because that's what you're going to be hitting when you come back. I mean, that's where the indicator starts, but that's what you want to hit on your way back for full accuracy. So and I need to make sure this is pixel perfect position wise. Yeah, I shouldn't even do that. Shit. One off. Cool. All right. So now we've got all sorts of little indicatory crap set up. It should be very clear how the game works now to the player. And sorry to be a broken record here, but commenters, if you've been talking, I have not seen you in a while again. My Mac has the computing power of an Etch-a-Sketch and lower compatibility with programs than an Etch-a-Sketch. And it can still get viruses. So many advantages. Macs are better for music. No, they're not. There's so much more material available to make music on PCs. GarageBand's a piece of shit. I prefer when I've tried programs on both PC and Mac, I've preferred the PC version in every case, music side. So. Granted, speaking of things I'm a broken record on, this whole Mac hater thing's probably getting everybody a little sick and tired. Alright. So really what's going to happen is if I can't figure out how to do this bar the way I want, I'm just going to move 50% to the actual 50% mark, and I'll do it linearly and not slightly exponentially. In fact, the more I'm thinking about it, the more I think I'm going to have to do that. I don't want to screw with any of that math. It doesn't have to be the exact 50% mark. I'm not going for game of the year here. Glitchy, crappy current gen Battlefield games are already winning that ahead of time anyway, so. Hey, I saw the Etch-a-Sketch comments. Sweet. I'm still seeing something, even if the video won't load. Alright, so we're back. We are back in business. So we've got the whole... Oh, no, we don't. We haven't prettied up the UI yet, have we? Well, we can do that. So we've got to have at least 3 pixels of space. Ooh, which is not going to work. So we're not going to do that. Not supposed to switch. Ugh, you're not supposed to switch UI aesthetics multiple times, but I'm doing it. I'm daring to be different. going to have to make that fill up with stuff. And I don't know what that stuff's going to be or how it's going to work. And come to think of it, there are going to be some layers involved in this too. I think I'm going to handle all that when I get back from my next break in however many minutes that'll be. Well, let's get some more graphics done, because we're still going to need a lot more stuff, right? We need overview of the golfer. And got to get Murderatti looking fresh to death here. Let's do a 12 by 12, see how that works size-wise. I'm fine with it. So it's just going to be a red hat and a bill. That's all you're going to see overhead. Do a little bit of, there's something happening here too. It looks terrible. I don't understand viewpoints. Closer at least. I can live with that. Alright, so that will be our player character when shooting. We're going to need an aiming arrow. Oh, let's say 12 by 20. Cool. And then, what are we going to do with that? I think I know what we're going to do with that. We're going to move its hotspot down to this part. Ugh, you know what? You're going to slightly change the shape of this arrow so it's easier to hotspot position. That is nice because I got a pixel right in the middle. Oops. so that's going to deal with your aiming. We need to make our various targets. In fact, we got to do some other stuff too. Maybe some background. And these are going to be indicators for how far you've hit the ball. These are going to be tiny little numbers. That show you what the distances are. Looks like a 2. And there we go. In fact, as well, this one in line with the other ones. There we go. So we're going to have 300 yards be our maximum drive distance. We'll make sure that there is no way to exceed that. I'm thinking there's no wind. That's going to be easier, so wind no longer exists. Dan, the developer, has officially shut down wind's ability to blow. Because wind blows, so fuck wind. We need a little selector behind those guys. That's easy. You can just copy one of these guys. Oh, even easier than that. We can use bouncing. And bouncing will just be a different colored and flashing version of that exact same deal. So we're going to do like a red and blue flash for the one you have selected. Actually glad I'm doing this and deleting needless stuff too. And I'm going to go back and color it red to make sure I use the same shade just to keep things real. Now I'm going to go snag that red from the first graphic. Alright, so now I'm ready to plug stuff in. What graphics do I still need? I need the people running down the course. That's what I need. So let's do that. We're going to make Fat Golfer Dude. He's going to be a full-on 16 by 16 because he big. This dude is awesome. Give him nice ordinary parted hair here. See how much worse my art gets when I realize I'm running out of time. Oops. And I have red shoes, sweet purple shirt. We'll give him a little more intense of a skin tone than we gave Adam. There we go. Give him some bright red fat man hair. Not saying all redheads are fat. Shit, redheads are allowed to be fat. They still tend to be super attractive. How long do we have left? We have 2 hours and 4 minutes. Which might seem weird because I haven't done a whole lot of the logical coding, but actually the last two in a row were just about like this. I'd done almost no actual coding going into the last 2 hours, and I managed to code my way through the entire game during those last 2 hours. So, good question though. Thank you for asking. That actually let me check. So. Do a little bit of making things look nice. And we're just going to have his stopped animation be moving. I don't want to mess with his states at all. They're not going to do much. So that's how he's going to walk. Oh, no, we can't do that because his hair isn't symmetrical. So we can do that. We can fix that easy. Boom. Boom. There we go. Alright, so now we got this guy. We're going to copy him, and we're going to make a slightly skinnier guy. He's going to be super pasty. He's going to be the pastiest, most Hugh Grantest man ever to walk the earth. He's going to burst into flames the second the sun hits him. Now, let's see if I can just... Let's see how cheaply I can do this. I need to fix his hair, but... That was easy. Such a cheap shot. Alright, let's change his clothing color so it's not so obvious how little time I spent. Slow the animation down too. Their default animation speed is crazy fast. And they're only going to walk down, so we get to cut down on some frames that way. And I know it looks like he's facing to the right, and technically he is, but since he's not going to have any facing directions anyway, it doesn't matter. It'll just default to the only one that's there. And last but not least, we have to have our super quick female golfer. And I'm probably need to redraw her. I don't think I'm going to be able to use any of this, so let's just redraw. And this young lady is going to be the most difficult enemy in murder mode. Because every man knows that the true most difficult boss is the lady. Because we don't know how she thinks, and she always wins. I don't know how she does it, but she always wins. Women got skills. And she's going to have purple hair, because all self-respecting women have purple hair. Kind of middle of the road, her pastiness. Do her kind of a day style. She's got some green feet. Got that golden shirt. She has no skin in her hands. Let's fix that. No, let's fix the hair too. The hair's stupid. All right. Alright, so we have all three of our murder mode people. When I come back, I'll do targets. That should be pretty quick. But it is already 7:03, so I'm a little bit late taking my final break. So, I'm going to go ahead and take a few minutes to lie down because my back is killing me right now. Sitting in this seat, leaning over all weird for the last 6 hours is not doing my continued spine health any favors. So, give me a few minutes here and I will be right back. And we will program this whole thing quickly, and we are going to have a kick-ass golf game on Flash at 9 p.m. or die trying. Alright, see you in a minute. Or rather 11.